I started to read at the age of 4. My parents taught me to read at an early age. And the strongest feeling was that I'm an independent person. When I was 4 years old, the independence was the ability to pick myself a book, go to bed and read it independently. I never felt this excitement that I had when I was 4, 5, 6 years old and read good literature for children. By the way, when I was 10 or so, I read the Hebrew translation of the Satan of the 7th grade of Cornel Makoshinsky, who was very popular in Israel in the 50s and in the 60s, and I admire this book. I loved it a lot. When I was 14 or 15, my father gave me Lolita to read when I was 15 years old. I said, "How come you give me such a book in this age?" He said, "You can read it, it's about a girl your age, it's okay."
Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. It was the first great book I read. And it was the book that showed me what language could do, how much a book could mean. It's the book that turned me into a reader, really, and then finally into a writer. Madame Bovary, Flaubert, every year. And Lolita, Nabokov, too. I love them. Why do we fall in love? I don't know, but they speak to me the way a lover would. A great novel by an American writer named George Saunders. It's going to be published in January in the US. It has a very odd title. It's called Lincoln in the Bardo. But it's the best thing I've read in a long, long while. I think part of what's so great about this book is it's very hard to describe. It's very original. It's not like any other novel I've ever read. Just trust me on that.
I still haven't grown up, but I'm still a child. But the first book that really affected me was Camus' Outsider, The Stranger, which I read when I was 11, and I'd read nothing like it. I'd read comics, penny westerns as we call them, and at my school I found this copy of a very thin novel, and I don't know why I picked it up and I read it, and there was much I didn't understand about it, as you can't as an 11-year-old, but there's so much of the adult life you don't understand at that age either, but you want to dive into that mystery. So that book profoundly affected me, and it was in all that I didn't understand and all that the book revealed to me that was mysterious and unknown, that attracted to me. Because up until then I'd read things that were always limited by their own particular story. This book was ever open, and I've kept returning to it all my life.